So yes, the title of this video is indeed correct. Palantir, along with Dell, are both set to join the S&P 500 on September 23rd. Now, I don't think you need me to tell you that this is pretty significant for both companies and the broader index itself. For Palantir, this inclusion means increased visibility and legitimacy in the eyes of investors. You see, companies in the S&P 500 often experience a surge in stock price as index funds and ETFs that track the S&P 500 are required to buy shares, which boosts the overall demand. Keep in mind though, that Palantir's stock has already seen some huge movement upward over the last year, with a considerable spike up after the announcement as well. Now, there's a good chance that this could be a situation where we see some more movement upward from Palantir on the days just before and on the actual event of the inclusion itself. We could very well see Palantir's stock stay flat or even have a minor short-term correction. Either way I see it though, this is ultimately really good news for Palantir shareholders and of course for people who are invested in the S&P in my opinion. Because for the S&P 500, I think Palantir reflects the ongoing shift towards tech-heavy, AI-focused companies, as Palantir has been expanding its AI capabilities through all the deals and contracts that they've been receiving, which highlights the growing role of AI and data analytics in enterprise technology. So for Palantir, the S&P 500 is likely to lead to higher trading volumes, greater investment interest, and enhanced market stability in the long run. For the S&P 500 itself, the inclusion of Palantir keeps the index aligned with market trends favoring innovation and AI growth, all of which are very good things for a healthy market index in 2024. Anyway though, with that, I'll leave you guys with this video. So sit back, relax, and enjoy.
On Friday, Palantir was admitted to the S&P, which is an enormous, momentous occasion for every Palantirian. It is enormous because the way in which we built the company should have precluded membership to the most elite institution in economic life, the S&P 500. In order to be on the S&P 500, you have to be GAAP profitable, which is a financial way of saying you have to make real tendies, subtracting everything after subtracting every form of remuneration that could possibly be included, including your well-deserved equity. And we did it. And how did we do it? We built the best products in the world. We started off in one area of the West, clandestine services. We migrated into the military, into spec ops, into U.S. commercial, and into commercial globally. And how did we do that? We built products, first PD, PG, then we built Apollo, then we built products for the spec ops, then we built Maven, then we built Foundry, then we built the ontology, and we then integrated that into AIP. All of these products were conceived and productized and now are being platformized, meaning we are taking them and making them the base substrate of what enterprises do, i.e. using us instead of what sometimes could be described as a monster internally that prevents the use of the most important technologies of our lifetime, i.e. AI and large language models, as an end user. And these were conceived again and productized, in some cases, a decade before anyone else even thought that you would need them, much less that the whole enterprise would turn on a platform that actually could power AI and large language models. It's still radical to the point where people do not completely comprehend. They do not comprehend how we could have turned a switch and gone to GAAP profitability and gone from what adults, professional managers, and some analysts thought was a Frankenstein monster powered by a freak show leader, me, to a dynamic, clearly profitable company worthy of and admitted to the S&P 500. And we did it our way. While everyone is now running around talking about how they should build platforms, how you should try to get Palantirians, how realizing that no credible institution in commercial life can really be built without Palantir or an ex-Palantirian. We had already begun this. At the DPO, we rejected professional management. People everywhere are discussing how to build companies in a way that keeps the somewhat, if not toxic, often carcinogenic influence of people who've written PowerPoints out of your company. Palantir did this naturally. Our products reflect that, our culture reflects it, our revenue reflects it, our quality of revenue affects it, reflects it. And by the way, our investor class. People tend to use the term retail investor, which is another way of saying people courageous enough to invest their own money, otherwise known as tendies, in what they believe in. And look at the list of the people, our partners. I hate the term clients, but look at the list of people that use our product. The most important clandestine services, the most important special operators, the most important AI targeting work in the world, the most important allies, none of whom we're ashamed to support in private or in public. They rely on Palantir. Look at our list of commercial partners in and outside the US, but especially in the US, that use Palantir, either at Foundry, the ontology, AIP, all the above, and are beginning, and in some cases are already using our platform as a platform. And then look at our structural advantage of having this, a company built around what you ought to build, not what you were told to build in some weird, otherwise called artistic program that's kind of academic and imposed upon you by people that have no skin on the game. We resisted that. We are going to continue to resist that, not just for our sake, but for the sake of our partners that rely on us. And in any case, everybody, all of you who are inside the company and around the world should celebrate that the rebels won. The rebels won on Friday. I don't know any other occasion like this where the rebels actually got inside the gate and helped the institutions transform themselves. And there's no better metaphor for that than being admitted to the S&P 500. And while it's maybe not the most important thing, I am really, really, really happy. Because we did this together, and the future belongs to us. So let's go attack, have some fun, and celebrate a momentous occasion. Thank you.